Alright guys, it's Jake. Let's check these BP swings. These are good swings you got for me too. This is one of the last ones. One of the things we'll have to check out and adjust is going to be your grip with your right hand. Okay, see this move right here? Not sure I saw that in the blurrier videos. I'll have to go back and see, but that move where this arm isn't straight with the wrist all the way, it cuts off your swing a little bit, but it also will affect your barrel right at the last second. Okay, and it's very, very common with players. But what they do is, instead of adjusting their top hand, they'll adjust their bottom hand. So you're palm down with your left hand, which is great, but instead of being palm up, you're like, palm over here somewhere, right? It's all crooked. What most players do that have a grip that's off is their top hand will bow, so their arm will go like this, and then their wrist will go like that. And they'll bow that wrist so that their top hand wrist, their right wrist, will be straight. The key is the right wrist has to be palm up. Okay. Otherwise, what will happen is you'll either push down and then cut the bottom half of the ball, or you'll come up too much and hit the top half of the ball. Okay. This one you obviously smoked on a nice trajectory, but that's a big. It's a big result changer when a swing is really good. That one little thing, because again, you keep it, and you can see it right here. It's your big knuckles are almost like lined up with your big knuckles, pretty close. And so when you go to turn, you try to fix it there, but it doesn't happen. So when you extend, you can see how kind of goofy that right wrist looks. And like I said, that will lead to hooking topspin lasers. And then this one here, see how this one was flatter? I don't know where this ball went though. So what happens is then if you get this flatter with the right arm and this one's flatter, you get under it and you'll pop it up. Okay, and then it's like, oh, that's super confusing, right? That's frustrating. Okay, and then this one here, same thing, you kind of cut underneath it, and you cut underneath it because that right hand pushed too low. So, the footwork looks good. Again, it's BP. I'd like to see your base wider, but in BP it usually doesn't get as wide. This one here, you got under with that right hand, and you just flipped up. I'm thinking your right hand, I'm thinking your barrel went up at 33 degrees, and the ball went up 34 degrees. The ball went up higher at 54, so you were swinging up at point of contact a little too much on this, probably because it was way out in front, and then you just kind of flipped the barrel. That's going to happen. Like, you're not going to be able to stay on plane forever. At some point, if you would have hit it, maybe 2 inches further back, you probably would have smoked that ball. Okay? But that wrist, there's something, and you can see how you didn't, that's an interesting follow through, right? You let go with your right hand? No, you let go with your bottom hand. You go, need some more pine tar, okay? But it could have had something to do with that grip. You may not have been able to hold all the bat in your fingers when your right hand does that. So I think we'll definitely attack that. We'll attack some lower body stuff, to get you wider. But I like where the guts of the swing are, and the swing plane. I think a lot of this might be your comfort and what you're thinking, and then the ability to make those adjustments. Just because you have a good swing, we have to be able to know what's causing issues when you're not hitting it well. Okay, why am I popping up? Why am I grounding out? Why am I, hitting the ball only to right field or left field? And to be able to know the answers to that means your slump will be 10 at bats or 9 at bats instead of like 30 or 40. Okay, because you know how to get out of them. So anyway, let me know if you have questions on this. In the meantime, I'm going to give you the grip tutorial. I want you to really look at that. The best way to change your grip is, to just kind of lay the bat down on the ground when you're watching TV, and then pick it up and hold it properly, and then lift it off, like lay it on your shoulder, look at your knuckles, make sure they're in the right position. The small knuckles don't have to be lined up, but in between, top and bottom, big and small. And then lay it down, and then pick it up, put it on your shoulder, take a look, put it down, pick it up. Okay, it'll take you a couple days, and you'll start to get that muscle memory.